Yesterday it was announced by the Fury camp that finally Klitschko Fury is back on. It is back rescheduled, yep.
So it'll be off by next week and back on the week after.
Possibly, we don't know yet. October 29th. Not far away now. I know Klitschko was in training camp. Fury pulled out. There's a few legal issues.
Yeah.
Klitschko threatened to go to court. Yeah. Finally resolved those, I think.
Psychology of trying to stay focused throughout all this is difficult, probably for both guys. Plus, Wladimir is not getting any younger, and Tyson Fury knows this, you know. And a layoff for an older guy is always a bit more difficult than it is for a younger guy, you know. Not that Fury looks like he's been keeping in the best of shape either himself, but it's a curious fight. But Fury's a big guy, man, and it's tough. It's going to be tough to deal with just on the sheer mass and awkwardness that he gives Wladimir.
How do you see that fight going? Same result?
You know, it's hard to pick against Fury, but you know, you never know. There's so many random things that toss that result into a different direction. I mean, you know, you don't even know Fury's training habits at the time. You don't know how focused Wladimir is after a year off. I mean, I think both will train hard and get in the ring in shape, but you know, so many random anomalies come into play with those two guys. You know, pulling out and not pulling out. I don't even know, but you know, based on the first fight, I'll pick Fury again. But really, I mean, who knows? Who knows what happens with these guys? You know.
Do you think Fury's the king in the throne for the heavyweights?
You know, I've definitely seen more skilled heavyweights, but a 6'9", 6'10" heavyweight is, man, it's a lot of mass you to deal with in a clinch, in a fight. You know, you struggle to find your range. He's awkward. You know, he's not the most skilled, and maybe if he wasn't so tall and so big, maybe he wouldn't be as successful. But hey, you got to deal with what you got to deal with. And Fury makes the most of what he's got, and it's tough to deal with him.
Andy Joshua's obviously was announced last week that he was back out in November 26th.
Yeah.
He had a few months off to recuperate, relax. He went out to Rio. He's now looking to fight either, and Eddie said, potentially a Parker, which is mandatory early, Stavern or Pulev.
Yeah.
Eddie's obviously, do you agree with the steps that Joshua's taken?
Yeah, I think those are fun fights. I think any of those guys are a fun fight. I saw Pulev with Klitschko in the end, and he fought hard, and he's got ruggedness in him. Stavern is obviously a rugged guy who can punch. And obviously Parker's the mandatory who's getting a lot of credit himself. So, you know, any of those guys would be a good fight. And I think it'd be a fun fight, and it's a gradual next step up, you know. Did he say he was in Rio?
Yeah, he went to Rio.
I stayed away from Rio. I don't like hearing about that Zika stuff, you know.
Do you want to tell us why?
Yeah, I don't know about that
why
Zika.
You don't want to go to
that Zika stuff kind of scared me, yo. I haven't even been in Miami in a little while, you know. I don't like Miami, but that Zika thing is kind of scary, man, you know. You wind up with you mess around and catch Zika over there. I don't know. Hopefully Joshua didn't catch anything.
Paulie, if you had one fight in the heavyweight division that you could make next summer, I know Eddie's already booked Wembley Stadium for June, can't remember the date.
Really?
It's already booked.
I feel like Eddie books Wembley every year, but sometimes we don't get a fight.
Yeah.
You know?
So
did he book Wembley this year too?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Canberra.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't happen.
Yeah. So I think Eddie books Wembley every year just in case.
Just in case.
Yeah. Which I don't blame him.
So if you had the four heavyweights of Wilder, Fury, Anthony and Hay, which is the fight that would be most entertaining and the one to really
in the UK? Probably Joshua Fury. Fury Joshua, however you want to say.
Over David Hay Joshua?
In the UK. Yeah, Hay Joshua's a nice one too, man. Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah, Hay, I'd say Joshua and Hay, yeah. Joshua and Hay first. Then you could do Fury maybe in the winner of that fight later on, you know. Although I don't know if Tyson Fury and Hay would ever fight each other if they had those.
Fury's been very vocal to say, I'd rather vacate my belts than fight you.
I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully some of those fights happen. Those are some good fights.
Yeah.
Those are good fights.
Also with David Hay as well now, he's had two opponents. He's had a lot of criticism about his last opponent. I think he honored the Cobra.
Yeah. Hay is still dangerous. You know, Hay still remains dangerous. He's got a lot of abilities. So, you know, we'll see.
Paulie, thanks for your time. I know you got a lot of Sky duty, and a lot of people want to speak to you. You are the magic man, they said.
Yeah, plus I gotta get paid. Those guys are paying me. I gotta go to work for them, you know?
Well, Mandy, thank you for doing FightHype.com. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Thanks to FightHype.com. And check out my podcast, Paulie Malignaggi, Peter Cards, Brooklyn to the World. It's on Play.it. It's on iTunes. Check me out.
See? Free shout out.
Free shout out.
Cheers, Paulie.
Cheers.
FightHype.com.